Welcome to Adventist Waves.
I like that you've got the wool over your eyes.
Welcome to Adventist Waves. I am your host, Khan Elmas. On today's episode, we hear how Anna Beaden wrote Wool Over Your Eyes.
Like the way that you don't question anything. And I love the way that you go along.
And it's a song that I actually sat down and wrote in 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
On Adventist Waves, we look at the songs of Adventist musicians. Song stories told one piece at a time. Thank you for listening. Introducing Anna Beaden.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for having me. So I'm Anna Beaden. I was actually raised in a very unique way in a place that we call Beadenville, which is basically a 27-acre property on the Sunshine Coast. And my parents owned like the main house, and about 20 to 30 people rented the other places. And it was this beautiful, loving, we had a garden of Beaden, chooks, a field to play soccer in, and yeah, it was just a beautiful communal space. And we had a great local church, the Landsborough Seventh-day Adventist Church, where, I was thrown up the front to sing quite a lot. And that's really, I suppose, shaped me into who I am today.
Wow, that's awesome. So you grew up in Beadenville, Australia. Yeah, and that's pretty exciting.
It was.
Did you guys have groups and stuff like that as well, like playing in groups?
Yeah, well, I don't think we ever developed like a band, but we definitely went hard on like the soccer field. And we did have like Bible study on Wednesday night, so like everyone would come together. We'd have food, and we'd also have like opening Sabbath, and sometimes we would like sing there and stuff like that. So, but it was quite just communal, people-oriented, lots of people over all the time, bonfires, things like that. I think I really built quite a relational love for people, and then also for God, like through the beautiful godly people that I was able to hang out with. And I think music kind of just came as a part of mainly church, and my older sister Kate, who played guitar and sang really well, and she was kind of my little inspiration.
Wow. So when did you actually start recording your albums?
Yeah, I was super lucky. So I started writing my first songs when I was like 13, 14, and I just sang them for church, and they were like, just people gave really awesome feedback, which was so nice. And then 4 out of 6 of my siblings worked at this organic fruit and veg farm, like 5 minutes away. And they met a guy there who actually built his own studio in his backyard in the forest. And one day they just connected us with each other, and he actually recorded my first album for free. I would just come over every now and then, and we would just go hard in his studio. And it was just such a great first experience, because there was no pressure of all this, like, I'm paying $300 for 1 minute, It's not that intense, but it just was a really great experience. And that's how my first album came about, like really just through, like, I think, blessing in disguise, and this cool guy called Roger.
Is there like a special project or piece that stands out to you in your repertoire? Yeah,
definitely. There's one song that's really special to my heart, and it's on my Captured Epiphanies EP, and that whole EP is quite special because I actually recorded it the same week as actually one of my students that I helped to mentor to do her own EP. We actually share 2 songs across our stuff too, and it was amazing. Like, her parents were there. I had a crew of musicians, and we all lived in the Walls End Church in Newcastle for a week. Just ate awesome food, like went to the beach every afternoon just to refresh ourselves, and recorded for 6 days straight, and such an amazing experience. Her name's Sydney Wolverton. She's amazing too. But there's one piece on there called Wool Over Your Eyes.
I like that you've got the wool over your eyes, 'cause it suits me fine to know that you don't even realize. I like the way that you don't question anything, and I love the way that you go along.
And it's a song that I actually sat down and wrote in 6 minutes and 20 seconds. It just honestly like flowed out of me, and I just feel like it is like the strongest message and the most like lyrically dense. I feel like it was just totally one of those things you're like, that was just God. Like I could not have done that alone.
And you don't even know, just don't think about it. Live life to the full. It doesn't really matter what's really real. Keep that veil real close, oh, don't peek through. It doesn't really matter what's really true, and it suits me just fine.
That's amazing. I say that because I was just listening to that song and I was like, if there was one song that I hope that she brought up, I wish it was this song, because that is probably
that's so cool.
I know. So crazy, because it's like you said, it's lyrically dense and it has so much depth of meaning into it that I felt like you really poured your heart into that one. So
Movies have captivated your soul, and you'll never grow older without looking more and more to fulfill you, satisfy that hole inside you. You've got me under your control.
Oh, totally. And even during the recording, like towards the very end, you can actually hear my voice like crack a little, and like I actually didn't get through like the last line. I mean, I had to re-record the last line, but everything was just done in like one take. But I really, in the studio as I was singing it, I really felt like just this love in God, especially in that last section where you're like, guys, like just it's not worth just holding on to all this superficial stuff. Like just get through the clutter and like find me, please. Like I'm actually a good father.
Living here with my simple little pleasures, waiting for the world to produce more entertaining things. Keep my mind occupied. When's the next storyline? Well, I can't wait to see what they'll think of next. And oh, give me more of the Games of Thrones, 'cause I like keeping up with the Joneses. Don't really mind who was Moses, and when's the next YouTube session? I've got a Netflix obsession. I'll be fine, just take up all my time, and it suits me just fine. It suits me just fine. My, oh my, what a lost little child. You're entangled in lies.
And I just really felt that for like the people on earth. I was like, there's just so much I think that's really masking the way towards God, like so many theories and philosophies and post-truth and doubts and questions and all these things. And I just think God is there and he's just yearning for people. And I just feel like so many are so like, they have the wool over their eyes, but there he is, just standing there calling for us.
For yourself, I'm a good father. You sing it in songs, and I'm really truly where you belong. And if you search for me through the clutter of this world, you'll dust me off and find me at the bottom of your shelf. Search for me, my arms are open wide. Search for me, my arms are open wide. And someone has pulled the wool over your eyes. Oh, please don't be deceived by pretty little things. Please search deep for me. I gave my life to know you.
yeah, it's so powerful. What is the message that you want people to take from your work?
Yeah, I think honestly, if people actually get a clearer glimpse of how much God loves them, and feel closer to God and actually journeying through God, with God through my music, like that is just the ultimate dream. that maybe people could even be like saved through some of the messages, or just have a clearer picture of God. I think that's all I could ever ask and hope for.
If you could like summarize your music for somebody who has never heard your music before, how would you describe it?
Yeah, that's a good one. I think it's harder because like the more I release, I actually just am getting pretty experimental. Like I'm releasing like a jazz vibe one, release just like kind of like a pop vibe. Then there's some super instrumental ones. There's some that are like just literally scripture sung. So it's quite the variety. I would say just like maybe grassroots, like authentic kind of vibes. Soulful. I suppose I'm quite like, I feel like vocals is my main instrument, so it's very like vocally driven, and also words are really important to me. So what is sung is really valuable. So yeah, I've said a lot of things, but hopefully that person has grasped a little glimpse of into my music brain, which can be lots of things, I think.
Is there a way that people can support you and Adventist musicians?
Yeah, definitely. I think, just like listening to our music on Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube is always helpful. I mean, we get like 0.001 cent per stream, but but it's still nice to have people listen and support, and those sorts of things are great. People can donate through Spotify, like through PayPal and stuff. I have a little music account. All my music just goes back into making more music, or any income I have. But even honestly sending a message when music impacts them, like I feel like that always really encourages artists. I have a few really treasured like messages from people that have just said this song really spoke to me in this time that I really needed it, and that sort of stuff really keeps you going. Like like it's making a difference. It's worth the time and the energy, and and definitely concerts as well. Like as if people do concerts, that's really nice to have people physically there and being able to hear the messages and things like that. So yeah.
So you mentioned that people can like check you out on your website and you can buy music on your website. Are you also active on socials as well?
Yeah, so I've got Instagram, Facebook. Look, I try not to be too controlled by those things. I'm really proud when it's like they respond within 2 days. I'm like, yes. When it's like they respond within an hour, I'm like, that's too much time. No. Look, I'll get around to responding. But like, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, kind of those are the main ones. I'm on Bandcamp as well, with the Captured Epiphanies album, and that's a good way to support artists too, because you can actually buy the albums, and it can, that money can go to support the artists. So, yeah.
Can you share a bit more about that? Like, is that like a collective of musicians?
A New Song Collective. I'm also, featured on those 3 CDs that they've produced, and those are incredible albums of music. For about 14 Adventist artists singing a song each, on these compilation albums. So A New Song Collective. And they're on Bandcamp as well. That was a great thing to be a part of, and amazing music.
When was that produced? Just curious.
Oh man, I think it was produced maybe like from 2016 or 17, and we produced like 3 until maybe like 2022. So just kind of it was headed up by Carly Kachansky, who is just a legend. She has like 3 kids now, so super busy, but she coordinated it all. Everyone, she did a massive job coordinating that. But those are really powerful albums.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for coming on to the podcast, Anna.
Oh, thanks so much for having me, Khan. It's been awesome.
This has been good to chat with you, and I appreciate your work.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Adventist Waves.
Thank you for tuning in to Adventist Waves. This podcast wouldn't be possible if it weren't for the support of Blue Vineyard Audio. Need support with producing your podcast? Blue Vineyard provides help from start to finish. Visit the website today at bluevineyard.com/audio. If you enjoyed today's episode, Please rate and review us on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback helps us bring you more inspiring content. This podcast was produced by Khan Elmers. Special thanks to our guests, Anna, Hayden, and Thaddeus, for coming on to the show. You have been listening to Adventist Waves.